Clash fans. This is Trample Damage coming to you today with some Town Hall 13 Hog Miner hybrid strategies. I dropped myself way out of Legend League, and I have not been practicing this attack, so I've been riding the coattails of one of my favorite attackers I've worked with, HHYY. The general gist is a, queen walk charge, queen charge to start, and then the siege barracks to form the other part of, basically we're carving out. So it's like almost a, this is the notion of creating a funnel, right? You carve out, like in this attack here, the queen is going to carve out this part of the base. The king and the siege barracks are going to carve out this portion of the base right here, and then the rest of the troops are going to come swooping through here and create some death and destruction and 3-star for us. So before we get into this, reminder, if you guys are enjoying my stuff, make sure to subscribe, like the video, drop a comment down below, tell your friends and clanmates. But with that, we're going to go ahead and jump in here. I'm going to talk through some of the troops that we're using. You'll notice that the battle blimp there just changed to a siege barracks. It's always a good idea, especially in Legend League, to bring in a siege barracks, a stone slammer, and a battle blimp, just because you don't know, maybe you're going to need to pivot at some point during the course of the battle. So starts with Archer Queen up in the corner here, and a Coco Loon, making sure that we don't hit any big bombs in there. And we've got a baby dragon and another balloon coming in on the side here to start this funnel. And we get the clan castle triggered, and we've got a poison spell, of course, ready to take care of the clan castle troops. And we just kind of let the queen do her thing for a moment. The baby dragon winds up taking out 2 of those witches that started to stray and hadn't hit the poison, which is perfectly fine. And the tricky piece here, when you're starting to make these attacks, like you don't want a time fail, so you need to start carving out a path pretty quickly. I'm going to stop it right there. You can see this part of the base is already taken down. So any troops, so you think about where our miners and hogs are going to come in up on the top here, they're not going to try to scramble this direction. And because it is a ring base, these island bases are great for this attack strategy. And you see a lot of these, especially in Legend League these days. And the queen is just carving out this side of the base over here. You don't necessarily have to start by going for any particular area of the base, but getting the clan castle troops is usually the strongest place to go. So if you have a decision to make here where it's like you got royal champion up here on the top, you got archer queen and eagle on the side over here, you don't really have any key stuff on the bottom, you got clan castle. You notice HHYY started with the clan castle troops. So at this point now, we've got a deep funnel path starting on the side over here. We're going to go up here and ignore the queen for a moment. Here comes the king and a couple of wall breakers to get all those troops from that siege barracks in on this side of the base. And once they start getting, so realistically at this point here, you're basically safe enough to where if you started bringing in your miners and your hogs on this portion of the base, by the time they start wrecking through all of this, the king and the P.E.K.K.A. are going to have taken out these buildings, which will wind up leading them more toward the core of the base, which is exactly where we want them. So meanwhile, the queen down there fighting with the barbarian king, and the king has taken out that chunk. So you see at that point, these buildings all being down over here, and you can see those miners coming in already. So miners are coming in, hog riders come in right behind them, eagle artillery is away and firing. So now we're going to count down where these heal spells come in. So the first heal spell is going to come right there as they're on their way in, because you're going to have, you've got the scattershot firing, you've got a multi-target tower going, you've got a couple of high hit point buildings in there. You don't want to be too cautious with those heal spells. And of course the siege barracks we did have full of hog riders that are max, so they're going to come out here and start pounding away on that side of the base. And at this point, just because of some nice clean funneling set up by the Archer Queen on one side and by the Clan Castle and Barbarian King on the other side, we've actually got a really nice path set through here. And it's just like lots of spells in the middle. There's a second heal spell coming down. We just want to make absolutely certain that we're protecting those hog riders and those miners down in there. Now, unfortunately, the max hog riders up there at the top did not make their way through to get that eagle artillery down. So it was the final shot there from the wizard that took it. and the miners decided to knock out the queen. We saved some troops for the back end here, a couple of balloons coming in and a couple of minions still available there to help clean some stuff up, along with, at this point, the Archer Queen's ability has yet to be used, the Royal Champion's ability has yet to be used, and we do have a pair of wizards and a pair of archers, so lots of extra troops, plenty of time. This went really quickly and very flawlessly executed. So that's one. We're going to go ahead and jump through here and take a look at a couple more of these that we had. So that was one. We're going to look at this one right here. So this one we're going to take a similar approach. So kind of an island base. It's almost the same base as we were looking at just a moment ago, only it's rotated a different direction. And at this point, you can see there is, there's some thought going into here of how we want to come in. And we're ultimately going to start the queen up on this side. Now, if you know the clan castle, you got a feel for it, and this is something I've done myself. At this point, we're checking to see, like, knowing that we can always throw a hog rider in there to potentially draw out the clan castle troops. We actually ended up having this one come in on the opposite side, bringing the queen in down here. And you see queen comes down, Coco Loon, healers on the queen, so pretty traditional queen charge to start. We do have a couple of wall breakers. She's got a rage spell on her because we obviously don't want to lose her at the very beginning of the attack. And you did see, the headhunter went in there as well. So when we engaged the queen, part of the reason the queen went down so quickly is because the headhunter came in there. So a couple wall breakers to get the queen inside the base. You baby dragon on the side here to funnel to try and make sure. And the baby dragon's taking out those builder huts, watching the queen here, who does not cooperate, and instead of going into the base to be able to take out that eagle artillery, she starts heading around the outside. But the mark of a good attacker, this is where we go ahead and pivot. I'm going to speed up just a little bit here, because all we're really doing is watching the queen run around the base. And then, I missed it, Hog Rider came in here, triggered the clan castle. We got an ice golem and a lava hound that are in there. I'm going to speed things back along. Queen is going to be taking on the lava hound, and she manages to pop that, taking it down, bringing out some pups, and she gets through those lava pups. And we now have, I'll go normal speed again here, the king and the P.E.K.K.A coming out over here to start the funnel on this side. And we've got a couple of wall breakers popping through the wall there. And then the miners. Now, here's the thing, similar to what I described in the last attack, because the P.E.K.K.A and the king are already running through here in this area, the miners and the hogs can come down a little sooner than you might want them to come down, knowing that by the time they work their way through these first few buildings over here, this stuff is going to be down, and it will create a natural pull for them more toward the middle of the base. This one more so because all of these buildings are now down, but they're still moving up toward the eagle. Now, here we go. Heal spell in there. You see a lot of stuff firing away. Don't be too cautious about holding on to heal spells. Like when you see multiple Inferno towers, including that Giga Inferno, firing away, they need to be protecting the hogs and the miners. So the max hogs from the clan castle popping out on the side over there, going after the Grand Warden, and they don't even make it to him. So we got heal spell going. Second heal spell's already down. 2 free spells have been engaged on those, very heavy damage from multiple Inferno towers all at once. Grand Warden triggers. Those hogs manage to pop everything in the middle there, and they don't take the damage from the Giga Inferno or the Giga Bomb because the Grand Warden's ability was still holding on. Archer Queen has used her ability. She no longer has any healers left, so she goes down against that wizard tower, and the scatter shot pops her. But a couple cleanup troops on the back end, a couple minions, a couple wizards. We're able to carve our way through, and because we protected ourselves so well in the core there with well-placed heal spells and free spells, we wind up popping out the triple. So we'll jump out of here, and we'll go take a look at one more, just to give you some more examples of, here we go, whoops, wrong one. One more example of how to attack some of these bases. Now this one, not necessarily the quintessential perfect ring base, although it does have, ring-esque components, a very centrally located town hall. So in this one here, we're going to wind up bringing the queen in on this corner. To check the timing on these. 3, 2, 1, there we go. Place, there we go. Got our Archer Queen in here. So she's coming on the bottom here. We got a couple of wall breakers in there to make sure that she gets inside the wall. A couple witches already coming out of the clan castle. She goes ahead and takes down all those troops. Poison spell comes down. One witch does wind up sitting just on the outside there, getting some shots in on the baby dragon. But you see a headhunter came in there as well to help take down the Archer Queen. or the Barbarian King rather, and Archer Queen finishes off those 2 witches, pop, pop, and she's now ready and inside the wall, so exactly what we want from the Archer Queen. Get her inside that wall where possible so she can cut a deeper funnel into that side of the base. So we're going to speed along just a moment here, because all we're doing is watching the Archer Queen get raged and blow stuff up and stay healed and take shots from the scatter shot. And I'm going to go back to regular speed here. And now we've got the clan castle coming in up on the top, the siege barracks rather, with the Archer King, with the Barbarian King and the P.E.K.K.A.s coming out of there. Now what you'll notice here is, here come the miners already along a similar line, and this is where you really just need to get a feel for the pathing and the understanding of how things are going to happen. We know that by the time these hogs and miners work their way through all these buildings here, the Barbarian King and the P.E.K.K.A. will have destroyed enough of these to push the troops this direction into the core of the base, which is, now unfortunately the Queen had to get popped right there, barely survived that scatter shot. So here we are. By the time these hogs and miners have started to work through these buildings over here were already down, so they're going to be heading more toward the core, and we're not going to worry about that, the ring portion of troops running around. So well-placed freeze spell there, heal spell on the way in, another freeze spell on the scatter shot on the opposite side, and here come up at the top the hog riders from the clan castle, which is, it's really nice to have hog riders inside that siege barracks, because it's like just when you think the damage has been done, then come 9 max hog riders to take out a few more defensive units for us. And you'll see they get through that wizard tower, the archer tower, and the mortar over there, keeping the rest of the hogs and miners going right toward the middle. So we got Grand Warden's Eternal Tome protecting everybody through the Town Hall explosion, and we've got another heal spell coming down, just keeping everybody nice and safe in the core. And then by this time, you see it's a foregone conclusion. There are very few defenses left that can stand up to a troop of miners and a Royal Champion whose ability has yet to be fired. There it goes, bang, bang, bang. Takes out 2 defenses, almost finishes the Grand Warden. She finishes off the Grand Warden. A key balloon in on a defense that can't even defend itself. Scattered minions to be able to clean stuff up. We got 3 heroes still standing, plus a P.E.K.K.A. This is such a strong army composition if you get the timing down right. I cannot suggest enough to give this a shot. It's a, friendly challenges, practice against your clanmates. Keep using this attack strategy. If you guys have questions on this, you want to know more about it, please feel free to drop a comment down below and let me know. In the meantime, keep clashing, have fun, be nice to your clanmates, tell people to check out my channel. You guys have a good one. Trample Damage out.